All right, well, we're recording from Katie's backyard again. We're outside, which is really nice. How come it's more shady, though, here than it is in Toronto? Like, it's not as sunny. Like, it's kind of, there's some clouds and stuff. What's going on with that?
Well, I don't know, but you could also pull down that umbrella if you wanted. I feel like Stouffville, or like the GTA in general, like confuses you.
No, it doesn't.
No, you're such a city boy, and like
I am a city boy.
And like you gotta pay for street parking and the hustle and bustle of the subway, and that when you come up north, like you seem very out of place.
Wow.
I don't mean it to be rude, but you can just tell you're just not from this neck of the woods.
Katie.
Okay, so in a shorter version than you're used to doing, what are we talking about today?
So today we're talking about dating. I mean, it's one of our favorite topics.
We have never done that ever before.
We've never talked about dating before, but we're just getting a bit more deep into it, I guess. Katie's got the wine out and she's ready to party.
Oh, it's Sauvignon Blanc, so not really.
Oh, okay. Well, we're ready for Eastside Mario's later.
Yeah, we're going to go for some bread and some pasta and
some Caesar salad.
Pizza. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to drive me home?
No, I'll drive you.
Oh, you are going to drive me
I like how you asked me on the podcast, so I'm obligated to say yes. What am I going to do? Just leave you at Eastside Mario's?
It's called strategizing, people. Learn from this. Okay,
before we get into dating, I want to tell you about this thing that I heard about called the Wiener Cleaner.
Oh, my God.
And I want to know if you would buy it for a partner of yours.
Okay.
And basically, it's a donut-shaped soap bar. And so, but it's a donut, so there's a hole in the middle. So I guess you put it around your,
I get it, but
it cleans it.
But the problem is never the outside. It's men who aren't circumcised not pulling it back and cleaning it properly.
No, I think that's a myth. I feel like guys, as long as you like wash it down there, whether you're circumcised or not, I think the soap gets in there and cleans it.
I can already picture the Wiener Cleaner.
Me too.
But I don't think that that's the problem area. I think it's more like pull it back and wash what's being tucked away, not the like outer parts. It's like if you're cleaning your feet, it's the inside of the toes that matter the most. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's a whole other debate online was when you're showering, do you clean your legs?
Yeah.
You heard about that debate? Do you? I don't.
How do I not clean my legs?
You go down there, bend over, and wash your legs.
Yeah.
No, I don't. That's a thing. That the whole internet was divided over it.
Oh my
I feel like,
gosh.
especially with guys, like you're gonna bend over and like wash your legs because I feel like it just gets washed. No, it just gets washed because
that a lot of work?
The body soap just goes down your body and washes your legs. That's my opinion,
So wait,
and I feel like I'm pretty cleanly. I'm pretty cleanliness, or I have good
you're
cleanliness.
A germaphobe, but how do you wash your body? Do you just pour like soap at the top of your chest?
No. No, I do rub it on my arms, under my armpits, on my body.
But your legs
are
just way too much work.
I just feel like it just cleans itself via all of it dripping down my legs.
Who started this internet issue?
It was huge a couple weeks ago. I didn't bring it up back then, but I just thought most people don't do it. I feel like most people were saying like they don't. And
do you wash your feet?
No. Oh my gosh, maybe I need to start doing it, but I don't think I smell. Because like then it builds up in the bathtub that you're showering in, and then it washes your feet via the soap and the water. Like that's how
much soap and water are you using?
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
just picturing you in this like big bubbly bath of soap and water.
Now no one's gonna date me. I mean, already no one dates me, but okay, maybe I need to start doing that.
That's really interesting though. But you do your armpits.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and then I have body lotion.
Do you brush your teeth in the shower?
Yeah, I brush my teeth in the shower.
Always?
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
That's why you do it, but
why do you not?
I used to from time to time. I don't anymore. Probably not by like personal selection, but I also like to have warm showers, and the thought of brushing my teeth with warm water like really grosses me out. Like,
interesting.
you should have warm to hot showers.
Yeah.
And you should have a really cold water or cold water
for brushing
to brush your teeth. Yeah,
that's an interesting perspective. I never thought about it like that.
Just pick my brain. I'm interesting.
By the way, if you can hear the birds in the background again, that is because we are recording outside in Katie's backyard, and the hot tub's on, but it's supposedly not hot.
So it's like our hot tub, because it trickles into the pool. You have to turn it on, and apparently it's just not getting to temperature. That's what. My mom is saying. So I don't know if it's been fixed yet, but this is going to be a nice episode to listen back to in December or January.
Yeah,
when we're
for sure.
Freezing cold and it's dark by 4:30.
And I have a boyfriend to cuddle up with next to the fire around
Christmas. And I'm
Christmas.
engaged.
Oh, let's just put that out there. There we go. We'll have to rewind and see if that's the case, because you know what? Actually,
oh my God, imagine if we're broken up.
Okay, we're going to get back on topic here. I guess it's kind of on topic, but we're just talking about dating and a couple of different topics that we feel like we want to talk about. That's just how it is, I guess, right?
Yeah, so take it away.
Take it away.
Take it away now.
So Take
it away now.
I had someone recently who has a girlfriend tell me that he feels as though maybe it would be easier just for him to date the same sex, because there'd be... like that guys are kind of more straight to the point. This is how I remember what he was talking about. It was like guys are more to the point from his experience, and sometimes he if he feels like his girlfriend's indecisive. And then I feel like in the past I've heard girls be like, oh, I'm gonna switch to girls, or I'm gonna do this. And not to say that's how it works. I think that some people are like kind of sexually fluid, but I do feel as though I've heard that even with females where it's like, I'm done with men, blah blah blah. So like I just want to get your opinion on that. Do you think that, let's just say everyone was sexually fluid, let's just say that, would it be easier, do you think, for people to date the same sex? Or what do you think about that?
I definitely understand that there's a point to make about how a lot of women can be very similar. We like even the simple stuff. We take a lot longer to get ready. We have a lot more products in the bathroom. You can share a lot more stuff. I mean, a woman's wardrobe to a men's wardrobe, obviously not all the time. There's very fashionable men out there, but yeah, I do think that it would be convenient, probably a little cheaper. And
like you could share clothes, and makeup or something,
and products
or what?
And makeup and stuff to date the same sex. But then again, that doesn't mean that you're going to have all the same stuff in common just because your partner is of the same sex.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
And in the lesbian community, for example, people always ask like, who's the man in that relationship or whatever, which is wrong. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of politically incorrect.
Because it's two women at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, but like kind of who's the butcher, who would wear the wedding dress or whatever.
Yeah.
So obviously, like case by case, relationship by relationship, people are going to be different. But if you found two like-minded people with very similar interests, of the same sex, it probably would be easier. Like, you know, sometimes when your boyfriend leaves like poop stains and like doesn't know the importance of like really making the bed.
But you don't think a girlfriend would leave poop stains once in a while?
Well, maybe.
I mean, yeah. For our listeners, if they're listening early in the morning,
like just nobody leave poop stains. How about that?
But okay, I can see what you're saying, but at the end of the day, I feel like there's my friends that are in lesbian relationships. There's still drama. There is still drama, and two males, there's still drama, and there's still miscommunication, and there's still things like that. So you know what I mean? As much as I can see why people would think that, I think in a relationship in general, you're going to have ebbs and flows. And I think some people
ebbs and flows.
Yeah, I think like some people are more suited for each other, and it's a bit less of a roller coaster and more of like a lazy river. You know, and you like not lazy, but you sit in those tubes.
To Wonderland.
I know, we should.
But you have to get the fast pass.
Really?
It's $100 extra. I've never done it. It's $100 extra, which isn't cheap, but I would rather spend $100 on top of my initial ticket and get onto the ride within the first 5 minutes than spending 2.5 hours in line.
We should try to get Wonderland to sponsor an episode and let us go there, and then we'll podcast about it afterwards.
Yeah, Wonderland, if you're listening.
We're eating crackers, by the way, as well.
Yeah, we are, and we're dipping them in pizza sauce.
You're dipping them in pizza sauce.
It's pretty good, but I'm slightly getting over it. But no, okay, so I do 100% agree with you. Relationships are relationships. At the end of the day, whether you're with same sex, intersex, straight sex, whatever,
transgender,
anything, you're ultimately with another human.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's a human on human based relationship, no matter who or how you identify with, right? So of course there's going to be conflicts of interest, difference of opinions, drama, as you say. But I do think, okay, let's say even like about women's menstrual cycle. Okay, like a man will never really get that. Like I'm a very sensitive and emotional person, and my boyfriend's always like laughing at me or whatever because I cry a lot. Like I'm not a very dramatic. I'm very dramatic, but I'm not like angrily dramatic, if that makes sense. Like I'm dramatic, I'm full of personality, and I'm really emotional, and I can cry at almost anything. But I'm not like, let's have a fight kind of situation. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it would be handy if your partner understood what that was like every month with, you know, leading up to the women's cycle and then during it and then after. Like it's a whole freaking process.
But does that only happen during that time? I feel like you may be crying other times of the month too. No?
Oh my God, almost every day.
Well, there you go. So I don't know if that would help in your situation.
But by the way, listeners, I don't cry every day, but sometimes I could cry 12 times in one day. No, it's like, but
you okay?
No, I'm okay. I'm just so emotional. Like,
just checking in.
I think to myself, like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go downstairs and have a glass of cranberry juice. Yeah. And the cranberry's gone. Like, I could cry.
Really? So you don't get mad, you just cry.
I'm just like, I really wanted that.
That would be kind of funny. I think if you and I were dating, I think it would be kind of funny, like, to see you crying over cranberry juice. Like, does that mean?
No, and then, like, again, it's not like...
It's just so extra.
And it's not, like, long and drawn out and, like, I want everyone to feel sorry for me. It's just that's my initial reaction. Like, some people kind of come into themselves and don't express their feelings, or other people scream, and other people... I just kind of cry.
Oh.
But yeah, going back to dating the same sex, like if I was with a woman who understood like hormones and periods and knowing it's coming because you're breaking out and gaining 3 pounds because you're on it, and you know, ruining your underwear like that. I'm sorry if that's gross, but it's like, it would be nice if you were with someone that understood that.
Fair enough.
You know?
Yeah, okay. It's good perspective. Now,
but drama will always be drama, just to say.
Exactly. No matter who you're dating, if there's drama, no matter whether that person is male, female, or they identify differently, or they don't identify, or they're, you know, they're non-binary, whatever the case may be, if you're in a relationship with another human, there's either going to be drama or there's not. Or, you know what, actually, sometimes there's an in-between where there's sometimes drama, right?
Okay, so can I don't even know where you're about to segue, but I want to segue before I lose this train of thought. When is there too much drama? When are you like, because you know, like couples and peoples as individuals as well, they kind of have their shticks. Like that's kind of their thing, that they're this way, or this couple, they love to like kind of argue in public, like witty banter. Yeah. When do you draw the line?
If you're in the relationship, or if you're like their friend, or
no,
what?
If you're in it.
Well, I think those kind of couples, like almost their relationship just in some crazy way works because they probably like the attention when they're out and they're fighting in some way. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because I feel like if one person didn't like it, they would most like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like they would most likely break up. Like if someone started yelling at me at a restaurant, I'm sorry, but I would be done. Like you don't do that. Do you know what I mean? And I understand like getting in an argument is kind of fun sometimes, as far as like, you know, you get in an argument and then you make up, right? But like if you're yelling at each other publicly, if you watch, I mean, well, you do watch all these reality shows. That happens all the time with some of these couples. Like publicly they argue, and it's almost like, is it an attention thing? Is it all about them? Do they not realize they're in an open public restaurant? So I think that it's too much. It's honestly, and maybe this is a cliche answer, but I think it depends on the couple, because at some point, would you not think, okay, this is too much drama? I think most people know within a couple months whether it's going to be too much drama or not. Yeah. Or some people, it comes out later. I think sometimes it festers and then they get married, and then all of a sudden there's all these little things that start coming up, and there's all these little petty fights. And
I find that if we're even going to touch on the whole marriage discussion, I find that so terrible. I just think it's so selfish and so horrible for people that show all their true colors or show their cards after marriage. Like,
yeah, I
you know
agree.
what? If you want to come across as the coolest boyfriend or girlfriend in the first few months of dating, and then when things get more serious, you're kind of like, okay, I actually don't like watching car racing movies.
Yeah.
And I am kind of sick of pizza because I do feel like it's unhealthy. And can you make sure you put the toilet seat down? Like, we all become more of ourselves the longer a relationship goes on. I get wanting to be the cool person in the beginning of a relationship, wanting to be the girl that I'm drama free, I'm stress free. Like, look at me, like, I'll eat wings and beer with you, and I'll go to the gym the next morning. And that's how we are. That's like just natural human instinct. You know, you want to always put your best face forward.
Well, I think sometimes you hear of these stories where people get married, and just to, you know, talk about limits and stuff, you don't realize until they're in the marriage that there are certain things that just drive you crazy. And maybe they're trying to be the cool girl or the cool guy, and they don't show those traits. And all of a sudden, there's little things that really, really annoy you. And I agree with you. I think that maybe some of those people, they feel more comfortable once they get married because it's like now they're in the marriage and they can be how they really want to be, and it's not trying to impress the other person. But I think that you should be with someone that is always trying to impress you, always trying to get you to fall back in love with them, even if you still are in love with them. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's a romantic in me.
Oh, I absolutely 100% agree with you, because if I make my partner my number one, like, priority, of course, there's work and there's friendships and family.
Yeah.
I'm
And Ryan.
not saying, and Ryan, I'm not saying become absolutely obsessed. You know the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Make them a huge priority. Well, if they do the same for you, you are bound to have a happy and, like, just a happy relationship.
Yeah, I agree. And we've talked about that before.
Dip's coming up.
The what's coming out? Sorry, that sounded like you said something else there.
No, the dip's coming out.
Oh, okay. We've talked about this before, how I feel and you feel too, that the best, healthiest relationship will be you're always trying to go above and beyond for your partner and almost put them ahead of yourself. But if it's only one-sided, that's not going to work out.
And that's when it becomes unhealthy.
But you got to both be doing that.
Exactly.
I agree. So I know we're going to talk about, like, partner limits and when it's okay to say check your partner's phone and things like that. But first I wanted to ask you, just to get a little bit more personal, I want to ask you, what kind of guy do you have a grin on your face?
Because I don't know what you're about
you
to
don't.
ask
I
me.
just thought of it as we were doing the podcast. I think, you know what, like, people probably like a little bit more, not unscripted, because we're never scripted, but they like a little bit off the rails kind of Ryan, maybe.
No kidding. What are you about to ask me?
No, I was going to ask you, specifically for me, but then I could say it for you too, is what kind of guy do we see each other with?
So,
based off of knowing each other for 5 years, like, I would say the traits that I feel like Katie Jones would mesh perfectly well with someone.
You said mesh, really weird.
Mesh.
Okay, so then you go first.
Okay. You just want to see how it goes? Well, okay, I feel like I'm going to describe a lot of things that your current boyfriend has that you would like, but I definitely think that you need someone that's more calm than you, because you're kind of crazy, like, in a good way. Like, you're very energetic. I think if you had someone that was, like, just as over the top as you, I don't know if it would work. Like, I think you need someone that's down to earth, someone that's humble. I think is really important. I think you need someone that's humble, that almost they don't realize how attractive they are. Honest is really important. Someone who can put you in your place a little bit too, like if you're being a bit...
You are honestly describing my boyfriend.
Yeah, I am kind of, but I also feel like this is like the perfect kind of person that I'm describing, because I feel like sometimes you're a bit much. But no, like, I'm a bit much too, and that's probably why we get along. I feel like in the best way possible, but I just feel like if someone else was crying when there wasn't cranberry in the fridge, it just wouldn't work. So I feel like for you, you need someone that can be like, you know what, babe, you're being a bit crazy. Like,
no, he'll always say that. He's like, you're being a bit crazy, but I'll go get you some cranberry
yeah,
juice.
exactly. Like, someone like that. That's perfect. Someone that's intelligent, someone that's hardworking. I think you appreciate that, hardworking. Someone that's funny, someone that likes to drink. You could not deal with someone that doesn't like to drink.
What are you
That's
implying?
true. That's true. If you had someone that like didn't drink.
You know what? My boyfriend and I spoke about this yesterday or the day before. Like, okay, we often joke on this podcast that like I like to drink and stuff. Just for anyone, it's not an issue. I have a full-time job and I don't have whiskey under my bed to swig in the morning.
It's not an issue. It's just a reality.
It's just a thing. Yeah, I like to go to the pub and have some beers, and I enjoy my wine in the evening.
Yeah,
and
or
I do
afternoon, like right now.
Well, Ryan, you're awful, guys. It's 4:30.
So most people are still at work, and you're right into your second glass of wine.
Always got a point there, but
I joke.
my boyfriend and I were discussing that. Like, could you be with someone that wasn't a drinker? And we both agreed no. It's not it's not about staying out till 3 a.m. and doing shots.
No,
because neither of us do that. We
No.
both wake up and go to work the next day. He's an incredibly hard worker with the industry he's in, and but yeah, I don't really excuse me. I don't really want to have Coca-Cola with my steak. I'd like a glass of full-bodied red wine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm a social person. I'm outgoing, and I like a few cocktails. But definitely, my advice: there is that saying, opposites attract.
Yeah.
I've never dated personally an opposite, so I'm not debunking that theory. But take that with a grain of salt. Like, don't. Again, this is just my wise words, but try your best not to be with somebody that you're lying about who you are.
Yeah.
You want to play certain things down or play certain things up because that's what we like. I mean, you're the most humble person in a job interview, and you're much more maybe crass or whatever 3 months into it, right?
Who?
Just in general, that's how people are. The first time that you meet anybody, or
you put your best foot forward, especially on a date, I guess. But maybe you should just put your real foot forward.
Yeah.
You know, because you're gonna attract someone that's attracted to you. Why make it phony? But I do think, like, obviously you still want to impress them and stuff. That's just the nature of it. But don't hide
lie
main
about
qualities
who you
or
are.
lie about who you are. Yeah.
Don't lie about who you are, because I've seen it a few times before. People that are in relationships that they're not being 100%. What's the word I'm looking for?
I know it's on authentic. No, you think you're authentic?
No, that's
100% authentic. I know it's with an A, but like,
no,
what else
transparent.
Would it be? That's it starts with an E, but it's
starts
transparent.
With a T.
Oh, did you say T?
No, I said E.
Oh,
yeah. I thought it started with an E, but no, like, that's just my advice.
Okay.
Dating an older man because he is older than me.
And what you're celebrating, right? You're celebrating your what?
Well, I can't really say celebrating. I'm going to look like a huge loser, but 7 amazing months.
That's exciting, because you know what? Our listeners have literally, if they've listened from day one, episode 1, they've heard your journey. I'm pretty sure episode 1 you said that you've met this amazing man and blah, blah, blah. That was a couple weeks into it. Yeah. So I think it's important. Now you're going to describe who you think I would be with?
Yes, that's what we were talking about. Okay, so who I see you with, you are a huge drama queen. So you need an honest, non-harsh, but to the point person.
Yeah.
You need someone that is going to say, no, you're being ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not, you're an idiot, you're being ridiculous.
No.
Or not, I love you and how you're handling this is the right way. It's like, I love you, but you're being ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
You also need someone that is a go-getter, because you are. I mean, from the moment that you wake up to you go to bed, you fill your time with some very valuable stuff. You're always learning, you're always moving, you're always connecting and making, the hours in your day important and worth something. That doesn't mean that you don't like pizza and Netflix, but it's you don't waste your hours or your years. So you need someone that can keep up with you and also aspires to, hold your hand and do that as well. Like, not that you need your hand held. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a partner.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you need someone that, like, loves pizza. Like, could you date a vegan?
No. I don't know. Like, I think if I was really attracted to them, I'm not going to say no because they're vegan, because they could maybe show me that side of things, because I've had vegan friends and they've kind of shown me that side of things, and there are a lot of alternatives, especially as like things go on. Like, I don't know if I could see you dating a vegan, but I feel like I would be open to it.
I think I would do a better job dating a vegan than you.
I mean, it would be hard to give up like regular pizza.
Okay, going back to me though.
What about job though?
I think you would need to date somebody that takes their job very seriously.
What kind of job would he be in?
He would need to be something that is respected in the public eye.
Yeah.
You would need
Why?
that.
Because I'm not.
No, because you are.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think PR is a very good profession.
So anyone that's in PR or likes Ryan,
I feel like
PR.
I'll probably end up being with like a lawyer.
That little
What?
eyebrow thing you had going on there.
No? Who do you think?
You think you're going to end up with a lawyer?
Who do you think?
I could see a lawyer, because I don't think it would bother you the amount of hours he would have to work. I think you'd understand it. And
Yeah, we'd figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You take yourself seriously, and the work that you do and the things that you produce and the conversations that you have, that you couldn't be with a server. Like, you couldn't be with a me.
Because I'm already that?
You just know. You just don't. I don't think you'd respect it.
What? No, I think I'd respect it.
In terms of your partner. I'm not saying you don't respect people that work in the industry, but the person that you're calling your boyfriend that you're bringing home to your family, you would need him to have more of a career than a job description. Does that make sense?
I think that more ties into the fact that I like creating. I like being creative. And so like that financial money, I mean, money is important, but I'm not like, I need to make this amount. I'm going to work this amount of hours. I'm going to do this. Like, I'm still going to work hard. So it would be nice to have someone that's a professional that is just making, you know, a good solid amount of money, so that I could still, you know, we could come together and have a solid ground to do the things that we love too. Like, I would love to have time to like plan out a trip and stuff. And if he's busy working, I would take care of that side of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what were we going to say, going back to you?
No, just going back to me discussing you. I think that you were not destined to have a bunch of relationships. I think you're more destined to like have the relationship, you know? Like they say,
I'm waiting.
No, you've put yourself out there, and you've had experiences, and you've gone on dates and had big crushes and fallen in love, but that hasn't been one of the most significant things in your life. And I do think like when you meet him, it may be him or the guy after, but yeah, you're just not going to do a lot of pointless dating, I guess is the point I'm making. I think you're really busy hustling and family and school and work and career, that you don't have time for stuff that isn't going to go anywhere. And yeah, you'll meet him, and I'll be your ring bearer.
Aw. Well, Katie, we've had so much fun talking about this topic today, which we love talking about love. I think that should be our slogan, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, should we?
Lovers talking about love.
Lovers. Oh.
In a dangerous time.
I don't know. I just
you always go to like the Britney slow. Okay,
yeah.
So basically, guys, we're gonna make this a to be continued.
Yeah, to be continued. So there's gonna be a part 2 of a conversation about love. L'amor. Isn't that love?
Mi amore.
Oh, mi amor. What's l'amor? Is that thing?
I think it's love.
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 Okay, love me like a love song, baby. I love you like a
love song, baby.
I don't intend him repeat, beep, 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 beep. Oh
my gosh.
The whole neighborhood now is at my concert.
Oh my god, I want to ask you what you think about Perez Hilton's green beard. But anyways, to be continued. Did you like what we just spoke about?
Well, if you liked it, there's gonna be a part 2. If you didn't like it, there's still gonna be a part 2. And that will be out next week, of us talking a little bit more about love, including talking about limits. So like, just give them a preview of what we're gonna be talking about with that.
Well, when is enough enough? When is enough of enough?
We'll figure it out by part 2.
We love you.
Love you.
Happy summer evening.
Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Is This Adulthood. My Instagram and Twitter is at Ryan Durgy, and our Twitter is ITA_podcast. I have been doing more posts on that, Katie.
I know, you've been actually killing it with the posts.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And what's yours?
My Instagram is KTEE Jones, and my Twitter is 01KatieJones. So give us a follow, give us a listen.
Yeah.
Share it with your grandma.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.